Hi, I'm emeraldmonet and welcome to my channel. We'll be doing a get ready with me Q&A, sip with me. I'm gonna answer some questions that you sent in to me through Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, and I'm gonna sip a little wine. If you want to get to know a little bit about me, get to know a little bit about emeraldmonet, stay tuned, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. All right, let's get started. I already did my face makeup, my foundation, my concealer, and my powder. So let's hop right into these questions. What's your favorite cereal and why? So I know this sounds weird, but I actually don't like cereal. Like when I would eat cereal, I would just eat it straight out the box and I wouldn't even put milk in it. So if I had to choose, I'd have to choose like Captain Crunch or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Dang, I should have brought some clips from my hair. Looking crazy, but whatever. Next time I'm coming up here with a body doll, so y'all get ready for that. Just using some Wet n Wild 455, this new Amrezy Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Is it difficult to date being a model? Yes, because I mean it's hard for anybody to date in this world, in this social media age, and it's hard to decipher who's real, who's fake. You just have to have good discernment and just try to choose who you allow to be in your space, who gets a chance to partake in your energy. See, y'all, I talk too much, so. Don't mind me. Typically, I would do my eyeshadow first, but I figured nobody wanted to see me put on foundation and stuff. I mean, you probably don't want to even see me do this too bad. I want y'all to take a guess at what time it is in the day. And just know the time that I'm drinking this wine, I'm forcing it. What do you want to see change in the city? So what I want to see change in youth having more opportunities. There's a lot of at-risk youth in our community. All the things that kids should be able to do in the city, we don't have those things. Whether it's art-related, sport-related, any safe places for our youth to go. So instead they go out in the community and terrorize it. I just want our kids to have more access to pursue their passion. Okay, Anastasia. On brown skin. Perfect. It is what it is. Are you still doing the budget beauty on Instagram? I do run a separate Instagram page, budget beauty related. I've been running it for a few years. I have almost 40,000 followers. But I'd say in the last year and a half, I definitely have taken a break from it. I'm passionate about it anymore. I feel like the makeup and beauty community is so oversaturated with products and new releases and drama that I didn't want to continue with the direction that the page was going. One day I eventually plan to revamp the page and utilize that platform in some sort of way, but as of right now, no. We'll start going on there deleting posts so it won't be an accurate representation of the page. Who's the mastermind behind your photo shoot concepts, hair, makeup, wardrobe, color scheme? And to put that shortly, me. So no, I don't take my own photographs, but I do come up with my own concepts. I do my own hair, I do my own makeup. I do wardrobe, set up shots. 97% of my shoots, I am the brains and the people. I really got some cool photographers in the city that I work with, all very talented in their own special way. Oh, it got me a little hot. Ooh, child. What is holding back most artists that have asked you for advice? Them thinking that the advice that I'm giving them is cliche. People really think that there's some sort of cheat code to being successful. People want everybody else to do the work for them. I'm all for giving advice and helping people along in their journeys. But when people expect you to just give them opportunities, they say, oh, well, how do you get photographers to shoot with you? But really what they're trying to ask is, how can you link me up with your photographer so that I can get those same opportunities you get and give you or hand you success? You have to be willing to do the work on your own. And so many people think that success is an overnight thing, that they just see the results of what you've done, but they don't see the work that you put in. Yeah, y'all see these beautiful pictures that I put out. I do my own creative directing, I do my own styling, hair, makeup, etc. So it's like, I'm putting in hours of work before I even get in front of it. I feel like people just need to take responsibility for their own lives, for their own careers, for their own success, and start putting in that work. That's what's holding back so many people, so many artists, so many creatives in our community, in my opinion at least. Put on that wing liner, you feeling like a baddie. I just use this NYX mousse liner. I like to go on with this Grwm Exaggerate pencil. What do you want most out of your ultimate and hopefully final relationship? Basically just understanding. As long as we feel each other, as long as we're on the same page, who cares what the outside world thinks? I just want somebody who I'm in alignment with, spiritually, physically, mentally. I just want someone who compliments me and my fly, someone who is ambitious as I am, someone with the same beliefs, somebody who understands me, and if they don't understand me right away, they're willing to learn to grow to understand me. I want someone who knows me inside and out, someone who will look at me and know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want somebody who's literally like my other half. Do you still got the plug on cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory? Yes and no, depending on which one I go to. I worked at Cheesecake Factory for 4.5 years. I had 3 positions there. 2 of them were corporate positions, but I did still work inside of the restaurant. A corporate trainer, and I used to go around the country, even the world, people and help them open up Cheesecake Factory. So I was in there good. But when I decided to part ways with Cheesecake Factory, the management at my own particular location, they were salty about it. I definitely can get the plug depending on which one I go to. What has been the biggest change for you in the last 5 years, and how did it impact you? I did a 7-year relationship with my ex-boyfriend. It caused me to start modeling. It caused me to eventually quit my job. It just rolled so many things. Since I'm done with my eyes for now, I'm gonna go back to them. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up my face because I'm looking pretty pale right now. Women be making all these ugly, ridiculous faces when you put on their makeup. I promise y'all my lips not ashy though. That makeup I put on before I went on camera. Oh, this is a big ass glass. What food will you absolutely not eat under any circumstances? So I'm actually a vegetarian. So me, been a vegetarian going on 4 years. No meat, no fish, no seafood, none of that. I know people for some reason think they're vegetarians, still eat seafood. They don't. I was vegan, gluten-free, and sugar-free for a while, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But yeah, I don't eat meat. And I think my biggest pet peeve with that is people, when they find out that I don't eat meat, they be like, so what you eat? Lettuce? So what you eat? Just salad? Baby boy, do it look like I just eat salad? I ain't missing no meals over here, you heard? Oh, tripping. By the way, I use this Becca bronzer and a Panama. So I'm about to go into this Juvia's Place blush palette, and I'll probably mix those two together. I do have a coupon code with Juvia's Place, Emerald10 for money off site-wide. I do make a commission if you use my code, so shout out to you and thank you for supporting me if you do. She's looking good. 10 years ago, you were graduating high school. Where do you see yourself in another 10 years? Girl, first of all, don't be telling these people how old I am. Talking about 10. No, I'm about to be 28 in a few months. So yeah, shout out to class 2010. Go up them rocks. Nah, but for real, let me quit being ghetto. Where do I see myself in another 10 years? Hopefully a multi-millionaire. Not hopefully, you know what? We figure things into existence with, baby. Yeah, multi-millionaire, successful entrepreneur, still traveling the world, seeing new things, letting my kids get new experiences, seeing the world. I want to have dual citizenship, living in America and living in another country. I don't know which country yet. I need to travel somewhere first, but yeah, living in a big old house on the side of a mountain in California, taking G5 jets to my private island. It sounds cliche, but that's where I see myself, and I'm all about manifesting and speaking things into existence. So, do you plan at some point while you're still young to settle down to marriage and children, or are you one of those go-getters until you just can't anymore? I actually always plan to be a go-getter. I don't ever plan to stop, even when I become a mom. Like, kids aren't the worst thing that could happen. Like, 10 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, yes, having a kid would have been a catastrophe. I'm all about having a family, having a husband, having kids, but we ain't for settling down. We ain't settling for nothing, okay? Start start having kids probably when I'm around 30. You know, in the next couple years or so, I want to get myself more established, get my foundation laid. I broke my favorite highlighter in the process of trying to set up for this video, and I'm salty. But I'm going to go get a new one. Girl, that is too much. And I know some of y'all saying like, girl, there's no such thing as too much highlighter, but this broke highlighter just did the food. Look, that's better. Looking like a glazed donut. Somebody asked me KFC or Popeyes. I did eat meat, it was Popeyes. Popeyes got them fries, they got their red beans and rice, like they size just be hidden in mashed potatoes. Ooh-wee. And besides, I know this is random, super random and weird, but when I was a kid, I don't even remember who told me this, but somebody told me that KFC used to throw their chicken up against the wall to flour it. Like they would bleach their walls and then throw their chicken up against it. Y'all, and that just stuck in my head, and I cannot eat no KFC. That shit make me sick. I eat a couple of wedges or something, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I was not checking for KFC. No, thank you, ma'am. I'm almost just about done. I just need to do something to these brows real quick. Finish up the eyes and pick out a lip. A couple more questions. Thank God for real thick eyebrows. Girls pay money for this. Okay, I don't really ever do too much to my eyebrows, but right now I really need to pluck these looks, so y'all excuse me. So of course somewhere in there the camera died, so I'm done. My look is done. I'm not about to fake like I'm doing another look. You know what? I need to pour me some more wine. All I did was do my brows, brow bone highlight, mascara, and picked out a lip. So here's my final look. Just gonna answer a few more questions. What are some barriers or fears you have to overcome to be as successful as you want to be? I think the biggest fear that I have to overcome is the fear of caring about what other people think of me. People are mean, rude, they're bullies, and people are insecure with themselves. So a lot of people will try to do anything in their power to ensure that you are also insecure and don't feel good about yourself. Overcoming the fear of being vulnerable is definitely one of my biggest fears. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for years, and I just haven't because I'm too worried about what other people are going to say. You have to just know that ultimately you are the shit. As long as you think it, you can convince other people that you are too. How do you feel when you're in an inspirational funk, and what steps do you take to get out of it? I'm not feeling creative. I literally do something as simple as going outside and looking at the clouds. Like when you're a kid, you look up at the clouds and you can be like, hey, that cloud looks like a monkey. But as an adult, I found that it's much harder to get something and be like, oh, that's what it is. We so realistic with things. It's like our creativity is lost. So I'll go outside and I literally just look at the clouds to try to get myself in a creative mode. Brain is a muscle, and like any muscle, the brain must be worked out to fully function correctly. What are some challenges you face with trying to create ideas for content that'll generate buzz? You could have the dopest content in your mind, and then that it just won't hit. You put out something that you believe is mediocre and the masses mess with it. My thing is just being consistent. Personally, I like genuine content. I like when people are themselves. I watch a video and I can tell that people are acting or it's scripted and they just not being real. Like, it turns me off instantly. I just try to keep my content as genuine as possible and just do things that I like instead of trying to generate buzz. And if I didn't get to your question, I will be having more Q&As at another time. Thank you for everybody who sent in questions to me. Last question I'm gonna answer is, what should you do when an MF copy your every move? And for that, I have a simple answer. Just keep doing you. If you're not being copied off of, you're not doing something right. And I know as a creative, when you are a smaller time creative like myself, like people copying off you could be detrimental to your career. So many creatives worry about that when it comes to people copying off of them. But ultimately, foundations that are built on unstable structure are going to crumble. Yeah, those people might get temporary success, but their foundation will crumble. So I just take solace in that. When people copy off me, when people do things that I do get upset. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit there and say I don't get upset, but I don't let it deter me and stop me from doing what I want to do, because ultimately when people copy off you, They're always gonna be 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, however many steps behind. You don't see all that work you putting in behind the scenes, and then you put out something and they try to copy it, but they didn't take those steps to produce that same content, so it'll never be the same. It'll never be you. You just gotta know at the end of the day that you got that sauce, that you got the juice, that can't nobody do what you do the way you do it, and make yourself a commodity, make yourself a rarity, make yourself the best at whatever you're doing, so even if they do try to copy you, they will never fully succeed. Everybody, that's it for this Q&A session. Sip time, get ready with me. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I will also be down in the description box as well. I will have all information on products used, and I love you all. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you again soon.